Today, we're diving into one of the most profound spiritual gatherings on the entire planet, the Hajj. It's a journey that pulls millions of people to the city of Mecca, yeah, but its message, a message of sacrifice, of equality, and rediscovery, well, that speaks to every single one of us.
Just for a second, I want you to picture this. You're standing in a massive sea of people, all dressed in simple, plain white cloth. Above you, a starlit sky, and all around you is this soft, constant hum of prayer. That isn't just a description of a trip. It's an experience. It's a moment where your own heartbeat can feel like it's connected to something so much bigger.
Okay, so to really get what this journey is all about, we have to go back, way back, thousands of years. The entire pilgrimage, every step of it, is built on this incredible, ancient story of faith, survival, and family.
It all starts with the prophet Abraham. He receives a divine command to leave his wife Hagar and their son Ishmael in the barren desert of Mecca. Can you imagine the desperation? Hagar runs frantically back and forth between two hills, searching for water for her child. And then, a miracle. The Zamzam spring bursts from the ground. It's a story of just absolute, unwavering trust. And right there, from that miracle, a community begins. Later, Abraham and Ishmael returned to build the Kaaba, that iconic cube-shaped building that stands today as the spiritual center of Islam. All right, so let's fast forward. How does that ancient story actually play out today? Well, that's where the rituals come in. Every single step of the Hajj isn't just a physical motion, it's absolutely packed with symbolic meaning that connects every pilgrim all the way back to that original story. So here's the roadmap, the basic path of the pilgrim. It kicks off by entering a state of purity, called ihram. Then there's the circling of the Kaaba, retracing Hagar's desperate search for water. Standing in prayer at Arafat is symbolic casting away of temptation, and it all culminates in the festival of sacrifice. We're going to zoom in on a few of the most powerful ones. The journey begins with this simple piece of clothing, but the ihram is so much more than what it looks like. Putting it on means you're entering a sacred state. You're intentionally leaving the material world, your job, your status, all of it, behind, so you can focus completely on the spiritual.
And this is where you see one of the most stunning statements of the whole pilgrimage. A company CEO is standing right next to a farmer from some tiny village, and you literally cannot tell them apart. All the worldly stuff, wealth, rank, titles, it's all gone. In this vast ocean of white, everyone is just equal. It's a powerful sight.
Next is the Tawaf. This is where millions of pilgrims circle the Kaaba 7 times. And the imagery here is just beautiful. Think about it like planets orbiting the sun. It's this incredible act that symbolizes a universe in total harmony, with every single person finding their place in that divine order. Their prayers all orbiting this one central point of faith.
But if there is one moment that is the absolute spiritual peak of the Hajj, it's this. Millions of people gather on this huge plain called Arafat, and they just spend hours in deep personal prayer. It's not really described as a public show, but more like a totally intimate, one-on-one conversation with God. It's a moment for forgiveness, for hope, for letting it all out.
So we've seen the rituals, but what's the actual impact? What does this journey do to a person? Well, hearing from the pilgrims themselves, you start to understand just how life-changing it is, and often in ways they never saw coming. Listen to this. This is from Layla, a nurse from Indonesia. That feeling she's talking about, where all your personal worries, your anxieties, your day-to-day stresses just shrink in the face of something so immense, that's a feeling you hear about over and over again. It's just a moment of pure, unfiltered connection.
And then you have Muhammad, a student from Nigeria, talking about his time at Arafat. The weight of the world lifted off my shoulders. That feeling of being spiritually unburdened, of finding a kind of deep, real peace, that's exactly what millions are hoping for on that plane. It's like a complete reset for the soul.
Okay, so it's obviously life-changing for the individual. But the story doesn't stop there. The core message of the Hajj, about unity, about equality, about peace, that's a message for the whole world.
Just wrap your head around this for a second. People from over 100 different countries, speaking who knows how many languages, from every conceivable race and culture, all gathered in one spot. It is a living, breathing picture of humanity coming together, where all those lines that usually divide us just melt away.
Which, brings us to the big question, right? Why should this ancient journey, happening in a place that might feel very far away, actually matter to all of us? What can we learn from it?
Well, the lessons are pretty profound. In a world that feels more and more divided, the Hajj is a masterclass in unity. It's a powerful, in-your-face reminder of equality. It's about sacrifice, giving something up for a purpose that's bigger than yourself. It teaches compassion through charity, and ultimately, it's about a shared prayer for peace. And those aren't just religious values, They're human values through and through.
And that leaves us with one last thought to chew on. The Hajj gives us this incredible model for unity and reflection. And it kind of invites all of us to ask ourselves, what journey, what tradition, what ritual in our own cultures brings people together and reminds us of our shared humanity and what really truly matters in the end?